We spend years, sometimes decades, planning for retirement. We calculate the savings. We study the Social Security timing. We stress about the healthcare costs. But almost nobody plans for this. What does a good day actually look like when you get there? What does a good Tuesday look like? Not a vacation, not a special occasion, just a Tuesday. That question, what does a good day look like, is the one most retirement plans never answer. And research suggests it may be more important than the money. Today we are going to answer it. We looked at decades of research from Harvard, Fidelity, the TIAA Institute, and behavioral psychologists. And we found the same things appearing again and again. The happiest retirees are not the wealthiest ones. They are the ones who built the right daily habits. 10 habits, and I am going to walk you through every single one. Here is a finding that stops most people cold. The Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, after reviewing decades of data, found that the correlation between financial circumstances and retirement satisfaction is virtually zero. Let me say that again. The link between how much money you have and how happy you are in retirement is nearly non-existent. In fact, over 92% of retirees, including many who did not save enough, say they are satisfied with their lives. Now, money still matters. Financial security reduces stress, it buys options, and we cover that every week on this channel. But above a baseline of security, the research is clear. What separates the happy retirees from the ones who struggle is not their net worth. It is their daily habits. 10 of them. Let us get into it. Habit number 1. Happy retirees move their bodies every single day. Not training for a marathon. Not punishing themselves at a gym. Moving, walking, stretching, swimming, gardening, dancing. Whatever they enjoy, they do it consistently. And the research behind this is extraordinary. In June 2026, researchers at Harvard's School of Public Health published findings from a 30-year study following nearly 150,000 adults. They found that regular physical activity significantly reduces the risk of early death from heart disease and Alzheimer's combined. Not just physical health, cognitive health too. And here is what makes this relevant for retirement specifically. When work ends, many people lose their last built-in reason to move. The commute, the stairs, the walking between meetings. Happy retirees replace that structure. Deliberately, they schedule movement the way they used to schedule meetings. And they treat it as non-negotiable. It does not have to be intense. A 30-minute walk every day changes everything. Movement is not just health. It is mood. It is energy. It is the platform everything else runs on. Habit number 2. Happy retirees treat their social lives with the same seriousness they treat their finances. And the research behind this is sobering. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest-running study of human happiness ever conducted, tracked over 700 people for more than 85 years. Its conclusion was unambiguous. Good relationships are the strongest predictor of health and happiness. More than career achievement, more than exercise, more than diet, the quality of your relationships in retirement predicts how long you live and how well you live more than almost anything else. But here is the warning the research also carries. More than 1 in 3 older adults experience loneliness at least once a week. And social isolation is not just lonely, it is physically dangerous. The University of Michigan found links between social isolation and higher rates of heart disease, increased risk of stroke, greater incidence of dementia, and depression. Loneliness is not a mood, it is a health risk. Happy retirees know this, so they schedule connection the way most people schedule everything else. Weekly coffee with a friend, a standing game night, a book club, a walking group, a church community. They do not wait for connection to happen. They build it, and then they protect it. Habit number 3. Happy retirees have a reason to get out of bed that has nothing to do with obligation. This is called purpose, and the statistics around it are striking. A survey by the Nationwide Retirement Institute found that 97% of retirees with a strong sense of purpose reported being happy, compared to 76% without one. That is a 21-point difference. And separately, an AgeWave survey found that 93% of retirees believe it is important to feel useful, not just busy, useful. Work gave most people structure, identity, and a reason to matter. When work ends, that does not go away automatically. The unhappy retirees are often the ones who retired from something without planning what they were retiring to. Purpose does not have to be grand. It does not have to be a second career. It does not have to change the world. It just has to be yours. A garden you care for. A woodshop you lose yourself in. Active engagement. There is a biological reason for this. Learning new things, especially new skills, creates new neural pathways. It keeps the brain plastic, adaptive, alive, and it turns out retirement is extraordinary for this. For the first time in 40 years, you get to learn what you want to learn, not what your job required, not what would look good on a resume, what you are genuinely curious about. A language, a musical instrument, watercolor painting, wood carving, history, astronomy, philosophy. Happy retirees pick something, and they go deep, because going deep in anything is one of life's great satisfactions, and retirement finally gives you the time to do it. Habit number 5. Happy retirees have a healthy relationship with their money. And I want to be careful about what I mean by that. I do not mean they are rich. I do not mean they never worry. I mean they have found a way to be informed without being obsessed, present with their finances without being consumed by them. This is one of the most underrated retirement skills. Fidelity research found that the 3 pillars of retirement satisfaction are money, health, and relationships. But the key word is pillar, not foundation. Money is one of 3, not the whole building. What I observe in the happiest retirees is a practice. They review their finances on a schedule, monthly, quarterly, whatever works. They know their numbers, what they spend, what they have, what they can do, and then they close the laptop and go live their life. Financial peace is not a number in an account. It is a relationship with the number, and the happiest retirees have made that relationship healthy. Habit number 6. Happy retirees give something back. And the research on this is some of the most compelling in all of retirement science. The Royal Voluntary Service found that 64% of retirees who volunteer report higher levels of happiness. Not slightly higher, significantly higher. And the reason is not altruism, although that matters. It is something more fundamental. Work gave most of us something we never fully named. The feeling of being needed, the dopamine hit of contribution, of mattering, of someone counting on you today for something real. Volunteering replaces that. It provides structure, social connection, a reason to get dressed and show up, and a feeling that is, according to the research, one of the most reliable paths to happiness available. It does not have to be formal volunteering. Mentoring a younger person in your field, helping a neighbor, being the grandparent who shows up. The form does not matter as much as the act. Give something every single week. Habit number 7. Happy retirees have mornings that belong to them. Not mornings scheduled around other people's needs. Not mornings spent scrolling the news in a low-grade state of dread. Mornings that are intentional. This might sound small. I promise you, it is not. One of the most common things retirees report in the first year is a loss of structure. Every day bleeds into the next. The week loses its shape. Monday feels like Sunday. Sunday feels like Wednesday. And without structure, purpose becomes harder to find. Energy drops. Mood follows. A morning routine, even a simple one, anchors the day. It says this day has a beginning, and I chose how it starts. For some people, it is coffee and a journal. For some, it is a walk before breakfast. For some, it is prayer, meditation, reading, or the news. The content matters less than the consistency. Own your morning, and the rest of the day tends to follow. Habit number 8. Happy retirees spend their money differently. Not necessarily more money, different money. That sentence is not just a description, it is an identity. When retirement arrives and that identity disappears overnight, many people experience something they did not expect. A quiet loss. Research published on retirement psychology found that retirees who actively built a new identity reported significantly greater retirement satisfaction than those who simply left the old one behind. Happy retirees do not just retire from a career, they retire to an identity. I am a gardener who also reads history. I am a grandfather who builds things. I am a traveler and a volunteer. The new identity does not need to be impressive. It needs to be true. Who are you now that work does not define you? That is one of the most beautiful questions retirement gives you permission to answer. Habit number 10. And this is the most important one. Happy retirees have made peace with what retirement actually is. Not what they imagined it would be. Not what the commercials show. Two people on a beach with perfect tans and matching linen. What it actually is. Retirement is Tuesday afternoons. It is quiet mornings that are yours. And slow afternoons that are also yours. And ordinary evenings with people you love. Research from behavioral psychologist June Gruber found that the more intensely people pursue happiness, the more disappointed they tend to feel. Because they set happiness as a destination. And happiness is not a destination. It is a texture. It is the texture of a life built with intention. With connection, with movement, with purpose, with learning and giving. And mornings that belong to you. Happy retirees do not spend their days chasing a feeling. They build a life. And the feeling follows. Not every day, not perfectly, but consistently enough to know that this was worth all of it. When you look across every piece of research on retirement happiness, the same thread runs through all of it. The happiest retirees are not passive. They do not wait for a good day to arrive. They build it, habit by habit, morning by morning. They move, they connect, they give, they learn, they create, they show up, not out of discipline, but out of design. They designed a life they actually want to live. And the extraordinary thing, the thing the research keeps showing, is that this design is available to almost everyone. Regardless of net worth, regardless of where you live, regardless of how much the last decade threw at you, the habits are free, and they are available to you. Today, I want to leave you with something simple. Retirement is not a reward at the end of a long road. It is a chapter, a long one, potentially the best one. And like every chapter, it is shaped by what you do in it, not what happens to you. What you choose. Move your body every day. Protect your relationships like assets. Find your reason to wake up. Keep learning. Keep giving. Own your mornings. Spend on experiences. Build a new identity. And make peace with the ordinary. Because the ordinary, done right, is extraordinary. Retirement is not about having the most money. It is about having the freedom to live life on your terms. And these 10 habits are how the happiest retirees use that freedom. If this video gave you something worth keeping, please subscribe. We cover retirement, money, and living well every week. And drop a comment below. Tell me, which of these 10 habits are you already doing? And which one do you want to start? I read every single one. And I will see you in the next video.